Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you an update. This is the 1967 Dodge Coronet. In our previous video, we shared with you where we had the epoxy applied, the black two-part epoxy to seal the bare metal. And then after that we have the gray high build primer. And we applied 3 coats and we began to block sand it out. So we're making lots of progress on it. So we've been block sanding at 180 grit. And there were some small areas where there's some imperfections and some dents. So we tried to hammer and dolly any location that we could, and we used our dent puller in a couple locations that were deeper that had a panel in behind there was no access to. And then once we have that done, then we begin with the smoothing and blocking it out. So making quite a bit of progress. You can see in the quarter panel there's very, very little work here. Replacement panels were done years ago in the bottom section, and there's a lot of dings and dents along the lower portion for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but it's coming along quite nicely. This rear deck has quite a few ripples and dents. I'm not sure if it's from somebody hitting it with a brush and ice, but there's quite a few little tiny dings along the back deck. And as we come along the driver's side, you can see the doors look quite nice. And then there's a little bit here, there's some dinging down below. So we're just working on that. You can see as we're blocking, you can see the different colors. So we use larger blocks to make sure it's smoother, and we continue on the different grits of paper. And as we come around this side, just kind of come around the long way, I guess. So we haven't done any work to the front cowl yet, and you can see this, the passenger side is coming along quite nicely too. So we've been sanding the windshield posts, the roof, and we've got some sections marked here where there's some dings or some flaws in it, so we'll have to use a little bit of smoother in a few sections there. As we come down around the back window, you can see there's a couple of little areas too. This is the guide coat that's kind of showing through a little bit, so that's showing that there's a dip or lower than the rest of the panel. And then when we turn around and look at the doors here, you can see quite nice. There was a few little dings along the doors and then along the lower rocker panel. So it's coming along really nice. So this is 180 grit, so we'll continue to sand. We've got probably another, I would say 12 to 15 hours worth of block sanding and smoothing, and then this will be ready for another 2 or 3 coats of a gray high build primer, and then we'll be blocking out at 240 grit next. So this is the update on the 1967 Dodge Coronet. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.